Welcome to video number 8. Now, video number 8 is kind of following up what happened in video number 7. So this is basically a part 2 section. So in video number 7, we had a look at syntax and comments, and we kind of had a look at, what is acceptable syntax and what is acceptable comments and that kind of stuff in our PHP document. Now, you could always also remember that my server just restarted on me on the previous video. So we are going to continue on that, and I'm going to show you a couple of things. So I'm just going to open up my folder. I'm just going to close my shell and open up my folder, and we're going to chat about comments. So let's have a look at our environment, and we created, if you could remember, the home PHP and index PHP. So I'm going to open up my home PHP, and I'm using Notepad++ to actually work with this file. So as you can see, it's opened up, and I'm just going to recap. The first thing that we chat about was // and that was a single line of comment. And then we also had the hash sign, which is also a single line of comment. Now, normally, depending on which application you're using to create your Dreamweaver, your PHP coding, it will normally show you in green. In Dreamweaver, it shows up in gray. So it just shows you that, okay, well, that section is different, and it will not be picked up by the server. So we know now that comments is actually meant for human purposes only, not for server purposes. So now let's say we wanted to add like multiple comments, or a block, or a paragraph of comments, and that is the next thing that we had to look at before the server stopped, restarted on us. So we would start off with /*, and we can go, this is a multiple lines of comment block, and you can go on and on and on and go on and on and on. And to actually close it up, we go star and / again. And it's always important to close it, because if you not close it, it's going to make everything comments, and that's not what we want, right? We just do want that certain section to be comment. Now, the other thing that we chatted about in the previous video, and I'm going to recap on that as well, is what can be case sensitive and what is case insensitive. So I'm just going to go ahead and delete all these comment sections. And the thing that is quite important is that that your all user-defined functions, classes, and keywords is case insensitive, which means that you can write it with uppercase, lowercase. But I do advise you to keep everything lowercase. Don't get confused. So this way of writing hello world, writing our echo. Now, in our first way, we wrote echo, my first PHP script. This is the same echo, but it's all in uppercase, and that is also acceptable. So if we go and we save this, and I'm just going to minimize this and open up my browser. And we click on that, we're going to get 2 lines of strings. Just waiting for that to load up. It's taking quite a while. So there it's loaded up, and you can see it's got hello world, and it's got my first PHP script. And if we go back to our coding, you would see that we've got 2 kinds of echoes. We've got an uppercase echo and a lowercase echo. So that definitely shows that it is definitely case insensitive. Other way of also that I've seen in my experience is people write echo like this. So they've got a capital E and a capital H. That's just just another way of writing it. And if I save over here and I go and refresh my browser, you would see that it shows it as well. So those ways are definitely it's capable, definitely case insensitive in a manner. Now, the next thing that we're going to have a look at is what is case sensitive, and I want you to get into mind and treat PHP as a case-sensitive programming language. It's not totally case sensitive, but I want you to treat it that way because doing that, you're not going to get confused. If you're going to make some case uppercase, some lowercase, you're definitely going to get to a point where you're going to get totally confused and not sure what you're actually doing. So the next thing I want to chat is variables. Variables is also something that we're going to chat about, and we're going to unravel what is variables in the next following video. But variables in essence are not to be uppercase, so it is case sensitive. So if you were, for instance, writing a variable, let's say $sign color equals red, right? And I'm going to put in a semicolon, and then I'm going to go echo equals this is my string, and then dot color, and then I'm just going to put in a br. Okay, I'm just going to save this, and let's see what happens. So I'm having a little bit of a server error, so it must be oh, I know what's wrong. Forgot the dot. And we're going to chat about this now. Chat exactly about what I'm doing right now, so that you can make sure, so that I can make sure that you understand what I've just done. And that's definitely what we're going to do in a bit. My computer is just a bit of on the slow side today, so just wanted to reload a bit so that we can make sure that that it's not cached. Sorry, cached. Go to my PHP file. So in essence, it's showing me in yellow that there's something wrong with this coding, and that's one thing. And that's the reason why I'm doing this, so that I can show you how it looks like and what the text editor will do if it's picking up an error. So the error that I can see is the equal sign that I put in, which is not supposed to be there. So if I go and I remove that, then we should be all the way good. So I'm just going to go and reload here. Oh, come on. See that again. And that's the thing about coding is you gotta trial and error. There we go. That's working. So it just shows you that you gotta make sure that your coding is 100% correct. So it says over here that this is my string, and then I just said red right there. And basically what we've coded is this is my string, and we said dot color. Now the dot references that you're putting something together. Now what are we putting together? We're putting together a we are putting together a variable that we've declared at the top. But what I've discovered is that that it is against each other. So you can see we need to space that out. So that's definitely what I'm going to do there. So I'm going to put in another dot, and I'm going to put in two quotation marks. I'm going to put a non-breaking SP space, and I'm going to save that. And there you would see that it is spaced out. So you would see now in this example that I gave you is that the dots replicate or indicate that we are putting stuff together, and we are putting a string, another string, a variable that we've declared at the top and a break. Now you've also seen that if I put an equal in, it doesn't work. If I forget my semicolon at the end, it doesn't work. Now I want to show you if I let's change this to capital C, and let's change this to capital C, and we save that and we refresh. You would see that it still works. The reason for that is because that is the actual name of the variable, and that can be anything. Now, that is important to understand. In the next video, I'm going to unravel a bit more into programming and programming languages, basic theory.